Okay, here we are in the test place. It's not a good morning, by the way. And I have been informed that Stylis did something that I just do not agree with. So there's a bunch of conversions in the game, right? A lot of like really popular conversions. And Stylis just decided to remove them, you know, for no apparent reason. They just decided, hey, there's like 10 conversions that a lot of people like. Let's remove those. You know, like, that's something that I would typically not agree with and not think is a very good idea. And okay, I don't think Stylis has done anything so drastic as to remove something like a conversion in a very long time. Sure, they remove attachments from time to time, but like, removing a conversion is almost the same as removing a gun. And when was the last time they did that? Like, years ago. So yeah, it's kind of shocking that they did that, especially because for a lot of them, I just don't see any reason whatsoever as to why they would have done it. There's a couple that like kind of make sense, but you know, a lot of these were just very popular conversions that everyone liked. So here, let me just die real quick. So I'm hopping over to the main game right now, and I'm just going to take a look at all the conversions they decided to remove. All right, so the first one is the 9mm conversion that you can find on the Scar Hammer and the Scar PDW. They gone. They no longer exist. I can't use them in the test place because they're just not there. So the big problem I have with this is that there's a lot of people who have like pre-bought these attachments and have like kind of mained these setups. So it just doesn't make sense. Like, you're gonna tell these people that all their work that they've done with these guns is just down the drain, you know? Like, I don't see the logic in that. I don't see how that's good for the game. I would get it if maybe they were a little bit overpowered and you wanted to nerf them, you know? That makes sense. Okay, that totally makes sense. That's like balancing stuff. But when they're conversions that a lot of people have bought or like, you know, mained for a while, it just doesn't make sense to me. I myself have used the 9mm on the Scar Hammer plenty of times. I'm not really so much of a Scar PDW player, but I have used the 9mm on this gun as well. In my opinion, they're perfectly good conversions, you know? I really don't see why they need to be removed, especially because they didn't give any reasoning. Like, I just wish they at least gave their reasoning as to why they're doing this and why these conversions and not other ones, you know? But yeah, they're removing the 9mm on the Scar Hammer and the Scar PDW. Okay, so let's take a look at the Colt SMG now. So the Colt SMG has two conversions, the 5.56 and the 50 GI. These are both getting just obliterated. They're not going to be no longer anymore. So let's talk about the 50 GI first. This was a very interesting conversion. I think it's the only 50 BMG or 50 cal, whatever it is, PDW. So already, and you see, like, this is such a unique gun. Kind of added some flavor to the game, you know? But yeah, for some reason it's getting removed. I know a lot of people actually like this conversion. I haven't used it too much, but it's a pretty interesting conversion. I was using this just a little bit in preparation for the video earlier, and I was doing really well with it on Metro. So it's definitely one of those like kind of, you know, niche close range guns, but it definitely does do pretty well. Yeah, I mean, look at this. I'm out of ammo already. I have no bullets. So they're removing the 5.56 as well. However, if you really like this conversion, it's not a total loss for you because they're adding the Colt Mars, which is basically just this gun. Now, okay, that's like sort of better than just removing something for no reason. However, it's still kind of bad because the conversion is there for a reason. It's just so you don't have to have a different gun for the same gun. You just have this one and then you have the 5.56 conversion instead of having two separate guns that are just the same, you know? That's the whole point of having a conversion. So I don't get why they're removing it. Like, you could have just made the conversion, give the Colt SMG the name Colt Mars, and then it'd be practically the same thing. So they're removing that. And then I know, like, there's been people who have kind of been maining this and they have like tons of kills on the Colt SMG just because of this conversion. And now if they want to use this conversion, they have to use a different gun. And so they won't have attachments for it. They won't have their kills for it. You know, like, it's just a whole mess. I don't really see the explanation or the reasoning. But yeah, so taking a look at the AKs, they're also removing the 5.56 from the AK-12, and they're removing the 7.62 from the AK-12BR. So that's not the 7.62 right there, but if I put it on and I don't even have it unlocked, it's kind of just a drum mag. Okay, pretty interesting. A little bit less damage. All right. I mean, I've never used that, of course. I didn't even have it unlocked, but let's talk about like the AK-12, the 5.56 on this gun. I actually quite like this conversion. I've used it a little bit. I guess it's a pretty neat conversion because, you know, it gives the AK-12 a 3-shot, which of course it previously did not have. And that was kind of like something that I didn't like about the AK-12 because I would always get 99 assists for getting 3 shots and then dying. So even though I don't use the AK-12 that often, like, this was definitely a pretty good conversion. So anyways, they're also removing the 45 ACP on the C7A2, which I don't know, it's like a pretty decent conversion. Look at this, 900 fire rate, 34 min damage, so you get a 3-shot. Like, here, let me find a guy real quick. Like this guy, look, he's gone. This guy too. just gone. I mean, that guy just disintegrated. So now something else they're doing. Okay, you guys know about like the shotgun conversions on the AK-47, on the AKM, on the RPK. They're removing it from the AK-47 and the RPK, and they're just leaving it on the AKM and the SKS. These were all the same conversion, except slightly different, so I just don't have any problems with that. They're also, I think they're redoing them just to, you know, make them a bit more fancy, a bit more interesting, so that I can actually agree with. But they're also removing 410 bore on a couple guns, mainly the Mosin Nagant and the ECR and the Obrez. But on the Mosin, it's pretty cool because it turns your gun into the Frolovka? Please, I don't know how to pronounce it. Please, someone tell me. But yeah, I can't say I use this too often. I think I only use it one time when I was doing like the sniper sabotage video, but I'm sure there's people who appreciate a good Mosin shotgun, even though I don't know how historically accurate that is. I mean, it's probably a thing. If they added it, it's probably a thing. So here's the whole thing. Like, if you're gonna add these in the first place, I know like it kind of crowds the game a little bit. The conversions might be a little bit quirky here and there. You know, the VPO conversions, those were definitely quirky. Kind of unnecessary if you ask me, but if you're gonna add them in the first place, you might as well just stick with them. I don't know. I don't want to keep repeating myself, but there's just no reason to remove them at that point if people have already been using them and, you know, spent credits on them and stuff. I've never even tried the 410 bore on the ECR, so I'm going to do that now. So let's see. Have I actually tried it? I have 4 kills on it, so I technically have. So an ECR shotgun, okay, it seems like pretty decent actually. Bro was just chilling on the box. And that's about it. So they did remove some stuff from like the other category in the secondaries. I believe they removed the, where is it? Is it even a thing? I don't know. It says they removed the 223 Remington and the 22 LR from the SAS, but I don't see where those are. All right, anyways, they also removed some stuff from the Thumper, so no more 410 and no more CTS Sting Ball apparently. So yeah, there you have it. We have officially gotten through all the conversions that they are going to remove. So yeah, my whole rant here is just wondering why remove these ones. You know, if you're gonna remove these ones, like, why not remove the others? There's just no logic behind it. So if you're gonna like change something, you shouldn't just remove it completely. I think you should just nerf it if you don't like it. Jeez, this thing reloads so slowly. I mean, good riddance, am I right? But yeah, that'll conclude the video for today. Maybe they'll go back on their decision. I hope they do, because like I said, I just think it would be a big mistake. Or if they don't, I hope they at least give some reasons, because they've given reasons for other things in the changelog, but not these. So anyways, hope you enjoyed this video, and be sure to get this video to 1.5 million likes. That'd be really appreciated. If not, we can just shoot for 1 million, but 1.5 million would be nice. Anyways, yep, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.